we are here today to tell you about the 8 multiple intelligence according to Howard Gardner. In this video, there will be 5 segments, and the first one is Howard Gardner and his theory of multiple intelligences, and the second one is about the personality max multiple intelligence test results, and the third one is the interview with our classmates and our seniors. The fourth one is the history of the national examination, and the last one is about 5 study tips that we will give you to prepare for the national examination.
Howard Gardner is an American development psychologist at the John H. and Elizabeth A. Hobbs Research Professor of Cognition and Education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education at Harvard University. He was born on the 11th of July, 1943. He is popular for his theory of the multiple intelligences. He founded the multiple intelligences in 1986. There are 8 multiple intelligences, which are bodily kinesthetic, visual spatial, verbal linguistic, intrapersonal, naturalistic, musical, and logical mathematical.
Bodily kinesthetic person is a person who can learn through movement and experimentation. A visual spatial person learns through image, and they are good at remembering surroundings. A verbal linguistic person is good at speaking and memorization. Intrapersonal person can adapt at looking inward. An interpersonal person are good at interacting with other people. Naturalistic person are sensitive and love nature. A musical intelligence person can compose songs and listen to rhythms. A logical mathematic person are good with numbers and puzzles. So we just watched about Howard Gardner and his theory about the 8 multiple intelligences, and we are now going to watch our multiple intelligence test results.
So this is my multiple intelligence test results. We can see from the charts that my highest score is in visual spatial, and I think the results are very accurate because I enjoy visual arts such as photography, drawing, and painting. So possible careers for a high visual intelligence person are such as architect, film directors, photographer, and so on. The lowest score for the chart is intrapersonal because I'm not good at reflecting or analyzing myself.
My multiple intelligence test result. I scored a high score for the musical intelligence. I agree with the result because I enjoy listening to music and I can play the violin. A person who has the musical intelligence are able to have occupations such as composer, music teacher, songwriter, and so on. My lowest score from the test is naturalist. I got naturalist as the lowest score because I don't enjoy being surrounded by nature. So that's our 8 multiple intelligence tests, and now we're going to move on to the next sections, which is our interview with our classmates and our seniors.
Usually I would write the test dates and also prepare the materials on my planner a week before.
When exams are coming up, I usually study 2 days or 3 days before the exam.
Of course, I study for preparing my exam.
The action that I usually do is I study the night before the exam.
I usually study at home because there I'm able to focus and really just prepare as much as I can.
I usually study at my room because it's a quiet place and nobody can disturb me.
I usually study at night because at night I can concentrate more.
I pick on night because it's more peaceful, so I can concentrate well in studying.
I prefer prefer being indoors because indoors, I'm able to focus and not get distracted with all the environment.
I prefer studying indoors because it's more quiet and peaceful.
I prefer being in a silent environment because I, I can concentrate more.
Of course, I pick silent situations so I can studying and concentrate well in my studying.
I prefer studying alone because when I'm in groups, I would be easily distracted and will just talk instead of studying.
I prefer studying alone because the materials will easily get into my head.
Sometimes I study alone when the material is easy, but sometimes I study in group when the material is hard.
I prefer studying with the help of private teachers because when I don't know any kind of questions, I will ask them.
If I can study alone, I will study alone. But if there's some subject and materials that I don't understand, I will ask my parents for helping me out.
Memory-based subjects is way easier for me because I'm that typical person who loves memorizing points instead of calculating.
The easy one is the memorized base because it's not complicated.
I prefer studying long before the exam day because there I'm not procrastinating and I could just manage my time well and also divide my tasks.
Usually study the night before the exam so I can memorize it well and don't forget what I studied at the exam. Of course, studying is important for our knowledge and get a well result in our exams.
For some factors, that studying is quite important because when we work, we should always have this nice certificate of ours and also we can make our parents proud.
When the national exams came up, I went out with my friends and played games.
I joined courses that have some that related to the national exam subjects, and also I asked some exercises from my friends that's from different schools.
When the national exam came up, I start studying.
I study every day for the national exams. Each day I study for 2 hours.
I usually study in my room because it's very comfortable for me and I can just rest or sleep whenever I feel like it.
I usually study at my private lesson because I can ask my teacher to help me with my studies.
I usually study at night, in the middle of the night, because everybody is already asleep and it is very quiet.
For when I don't have a specific time for studying because I just study whenever I feel like it. I prefer studying indoors because there's air conditioning and it's way more comfortable than studying outside with.
I prefer being indoors because if I'm being outdoors, I couldn't concentrate.
I prefer studying in a silent place because I can concentrate in studying the materials. Usually I play calming songs so I could concentrate more.
I usually study when it is silent because I can focus when it is silent.
I prefer studying with a group of people because we can exchange opinions and we can learn from each other's thoughts and perspectives.
I usually study alone because when I'm studying in a group, uh, we will talk a lot, and that won't be good.
I prefer studying with a private teacher because whenever I don't understand the material, I could just ask the private teacher.
I prefer studying independently rather than studying with my parents or a private teacher because studying alone makes me more independent and I feel is way quicker studying by myself than studying with a private teacher or even my parents.
For me, I prefer calculation-based exam because I don't have a really good memory.
I prefer calculation-based national exam because it's way more easier and I could just understand the content of the materials.
I usually study the night before the exam day because the pressure helps me to focus.
I prefer studying long before the exam because I could prepare it for the exam. I won't be too hurried when I'm preparing for the exam.
I think studying is important because through studying that we can also learn about things that we haven't learned before, that we learned years before, and we also can learn more how to interact with the society nowadays.
For me, studying is very important because studying will give you an impact in the future.
Wow! So that is our interview with our classmates and also our seniors. And we are now going to move on to the next section, which is the history of national examination. (1950 until 1979), it was called Ujian Penghabisan or the final examination. The test was made into essays. In 1965, it was called the Ujian Negara or country examination. All of the material for the exam was the material that had been taught in school. Around 1972, the government arranged the direction for the national exam. Each school will check their answers by themselves. 1980 until 2001. The name changed to Eptanas or Evaluasi Belajar Tahap Akhir Nasional and EPTA, Evaluasi Belajar Tahap Akhir. The results will be the combination of both Eptanas and EPTA. The score of Eptanas was the one that will determine the passings of the test. 2002 until 2004. The test was called UAN. In 2002, the passing score is based on the scores of each lesson individually. In 2003, at least for each lesson needs to be 3.01 and the minimum score is 6. In 2004, the score needs to be 4.01 or above. 2005 until 2007. In 2005, the UAN was changed into UN or Ujian Nasional. The passing score was raised to 4.25. The student who didn't pass the UN Part 1, they could join the UN Part 2. In 2006, the minimum score for each lesson needs to be more than 4.25. Lastly, in 2007, the students who could not pass the exam should take the Ujian Paket A, B, C.
So in the period of 2008 and 2009, the total lesson of the senior high school UN changed from 3 lessons to 6 lessons. In 2009, the minimum average score was 5.5. For UN lesson, minimum of 4.25 for 2 lessons, and for other lesson was 4.5. In the period of 2010, in this year, the students need to reach the minimum average score of 5.5 and 4 for the 2 lessons and 4.25 for the other lessons. High school students need to reach 7 for their vocational practice. In the period of 2011 and 2012, there were 5 packages of tests. In a class, the students will get different package of tests so they could not cheat. In the period of 2013 and 2014, there were many arguments of changing curriculum in Caterine. Even the UN was issued to be removed, but the UN still exists until now. In 2015 until now. So the UN system changed to CBT or computer-based tests. In some schools, they still use the TPD system or paper-based tests, and the government is still improving the facilitation school in Indonesia. So that's about the history of the national examination, and I think that it's very interesting. And so let's move on to the next segment is our 5 study tips that we could give you to prepare for the national examination.
First, put away all the electronic devices. Second, drink a lot of water. Third, underline the important parts and make notes. Fourth, do some exercises. Fifth, listen to some music.
So that's all about the 8 multiple intelligence.
And we hope it will be helpful for all of you, and always remember that every person in this world has their own intelligence or skill.
Thank you for watching.
And God bless you. Bye!